Rap Nerd.
What's good, Rap Nerds? It's your boy D-Sick, aka the Rap Nerd, and I'm back, baby. This is a monumental moment in hip-hop history. If you call yourself a hip-hop head or a rap nerd or anything like that, you should care about this moment. So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has been around for a long time. However, we've been needed something of our own, you know. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is cool to get into, and rappers are always excited to get in there. And the Grammys, you know, they've been getting it wrong for who knows how long. They've been treating hip-hop Grammy. So it's like we needed our own thing. Now we have that thing. It's called the Universal Hip Hop Museum. A lot of legends, pioneers in the hip hop industry were there and gave speeches at the construction site. They're going to be opening it soon, and I guess yearly they're going to have inductees just like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is very exciting, man. If you haven't already, though, hit that like button, help your boy out, hit subscribe, make sure you don't miss none of these dope Rap Nerd videos. And with no further ado, let's get right into it, man. Let's go.
So now, without further ado, let me bring up the newly Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, LL Cool J.
Legend. Super legend. My God. GOAT. He originated the term GOAT.
Take a flick. Got the 4.2 in there.
Much respect.
Make sure. I just, first of all, I want to thank you, Rocky. Yeah. Thank you for, having me here. Ruben, it's your borough. Thank you for having us here, and thank you for representing the culture so well and doing what you do. I really didn't prepare any remarks. The only thing I could tell you is that, as a little kid, in Queens, when the tapes used to be flooding the area, and I used to, my uncles and different people, cousins, friends, would come through with the tapes, and, Furious 4 tapes, Flash tapes, and, even before the 5, and all them tapes, and the Cold Crush tapes, all the different things. I could just tell you, it made me dream. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop made me believe that anything was possible. It was the first time that I heard, young black men sound empowered. Most of the time when I saw young black men, they were like, had their heads down being put in a police car.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying, to be honest. So
that's deep.
This was like the first time where I felt like, wow, like, it's possible to be powerful. It's possible to be somebody. It's possible to have meaning in this world. It's possible to, because, when you're growing up in the hood, you feel invisible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
You feel like nobody cares, nobody sees you, nobody notices you. You know what I'm saying? Your friends die, nobody cares. The people that they talk about on the television when they die, it's not your friend, but your friend is the one that died, but nobody cares. So hip hop is one of those things that really, gave my life meaning. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel like I could really do something with my life. When guys like, Grandmaster Flash and different artists would make those songs, I would literally disappear in the vinyl. You know what I'm saying? My world would change. My life would change. So I just say that, truly grateful. I am truly grateful to be, a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee as Flash is and as Chuck D is. But I must say, it's hip hop first. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Our culture.
That's what I'm talking about. Hip hop first
is super important. And other than that, I guess the last thing I would say is that, what Rocky and those guys have accomplished is incredible because it's proof that with tenacity, hard work, commitment, focus, being able to, surf the waves, the highs and lows, being able to stay focused no matter what's going on, keeping your eye on the prize, you can make it happen. You know
Definitely.
what I'm saying? When you have like-minded individuals like Ruben and different people that in this borough who all understood the value of our culture, black and brown people, they understood the value of that culture. That's an important thing. And I also want to say, para mi gente who habla español.
Hold up. Hello.
Gracias por todo. Tú eres muy importante para hip hop cultura. yo recuerdo que tú hacer para cultura. Okay? ¿Tú sabes? All right, so thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Who knew LL Cool J knew how to speak Spanish? Who knew? Never knew until now. That's fire. But shout out to the God, LL Cool J, one of the biggest pioneers in hip hop, man. You know, salute, man. This is a special moment. Let's see who else we got.
Before I leave, yep, my man. No doubt. And before I leave, I'd like to introduce somebody who I think is a really important artist, a special artist, somebody I have a lot of respect for, a great writer, and just a really, special artist in the world of hip hop, and somebody who's made a great contribution to our culture. My man Nas. Queens in the Money.
It's only right that Nas is there. Nas gotta be there. You talking hip hop, Nas is always in the conversation. For sure, for sure.
PX, what up? Look, man, I'm gonna get straight to the point. The gods will always shine.
Talk that talk, Nas.
This is a time that was destined to be. The beat started in Africa.
Facts.
The beat started in Africa, it went through Puerto Rico, it went through the Caribbean, and they tried to take the drum hundreds of years ago, because that was our form of communication. Guess what? That drum that they was trying to stop just turned out to be one piece of the science we bring to this planet. This thing today, I'm making this up as I go along, but this is my feelings. This thing today is like a dream come true. I was a kid playing with G.I. Joe and then thinking about what was my life going to be. I saw the Jackson 5, but when I saw Run DMC, like my man Ruben Diaz said,
shout out
it
Run
took my
DMC.
soul. And from that point on, I knew I had a journey and a thing that I was going to be dedicated to for the rest of my life. I did not know I would be making records till I listened to Cool J, Slick Rick. The storytelling is beyond Shakespearean.
Yes.
With Slick Rick. And it taught me more than schools taught me, believe it or not.
Wow.
I'm proud to be here in the mecca of hip hop, the Bronx. I'm proud to be here, see my man Fat Joe here, Grandmaster Flash here, Paradise, Naughty by Nature, Chuck Chill Out. These are the guys that made me dream. The dream has become reality. Shout out to Rocky, shout out to my man, shout out to everybody in the building, and shout out to Mass Appeal, my company, and Kevin Lyles in the Founding 50 fundraiser. We're raising large money on a large scale to help out, because that's what we do. Salute.
The God Nas, Nostradamus, Esco.
My name is Grandmaster Flash.
The God, the icon, the pioneer.
I see a lot of superstars in the house tonight, including Ruben. Thank you so much. I'll be brief. 47 years ago, I took a vinyl, listened to the entire song, hated everything about the song except for the drum solo. I came up with a technique with duplicate copies of the record to take that 10-second drum solo and extend it seamlessly for 10 minutes, or for whatever time it took for a human being to speak. This was the early doings of hip hop.
Man, that's powerful.
Ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you, this is a really special.
Dog. This is a moment right here.
This is a really, really special time. I say this in the name of Kool Herc, Africa Bambaataa, DJ Breakout, Grand Wizard Theodore, DJ Charlie Chase. The names go on and on and on and on. We did this thing as recreation. I can remember listening to records from start to finish and say, I fucking hate the rest of the record except the drum beat. I hated the rest of the record. So I took my teenage years, stayed in my bedroom, and I managed to come up with a technique by placing my fingertips on the record, and I looked at 4 bars of the music. Let's take Good Times, for example. 1, 2, do, 3, and 4, right?
Hey,
So,
Grandmaster Flash
I had to figure
invented
out,
bars.
If I pick the arm up and try to place it down, if you've ever seen a vinyl, it has millions of grooves. The chances of you hitting that mark is almost impossible. So I had to do this not by sonics, but by math. For every 4 bars that goes clockwise, I had to turn the record back 6 counterclockwise. And it took me a year and a half to figure that out. Why is it that if the record goes 4 bars clockwise, why do I have to spin it back 6 times counterclockwise? It's because the vinyl spins at 33 1/3. Science.
Wow.
Math.
I had no idea.
Once I figured this out,
I'm blown away, bro.
I went to the nearest park and I tested it. And I can remember that first day, ladies and gentlemen. It was as quiet as it is in this room right now. And I was saying to myself, what the hell is wrong here? Why isn't everybody losing their minds? People were looking under the table trying to figure out if this shit was some kind of fucking magic trick or some shit.
It's magic. All
I
right.
can go on and on and on, but I just want to say thank you, Ruben, and to all your team, and Nas and LL, and all the people that financed this, because it was a time when nobody gave a fuck about the Bronx. You know, there was a time that like, nobody cared, man. Nobody cared. And this thing that we were doing was anti-everything else. Anti-everything else.
They hated it.
And here we are,
They thought it was a fad.
almost 47 years later. About 48. I've been given lots
Somebody
of
in the background,
titles.
48.
The one that scares me the most is legend. Let me explain. A lot of times, legends don't get a chance to see their works in full fruition. I thank Almighty God, and I thank all you hip-hoppers for allowing me to see this thing we did from nothing to now. My name is Grandmaster Flash. Thank you.
Salute.
Let's give it up for royalty, hip hop royalty, Grandmaster Flash.
Man.
I have my friends and colleagues in government, but before they come up, I really need to bring up a brother of mine. We met over 25 years ago when he almost ran me over.
What?
When I was going to reach out to the community center over by Forest Projects. And it was there that we formed a bond. It was there that we continued to follow the career of Fat Joe. It was there that as a Puerto Rican boy that I saw Fat Joe with Flo Joe go all over the country and all over the world. But now in his stage in life now, we continue to see this brother call us and bring and say, I want to do more for the kids of the Bronx, for the kids of the schools that I went to, with libraries, with computers, with sneakers when they behave well, so on and so forth, feeding the community. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my brother, Fat Joe.
Don Cartagena. Flo Joe. Legend.
Slick Rick the ruler. Let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. And that means this hip-hop music came out of oppression. It came out of people suffering. It came out of the Bronx looking like Vietnam. The buildings was blown up. And people had to make something out of nothing. And you could never stop the passion of the people, the poor people. That's who I stand with no matter what. That's who I'm for. And so, I could tell you too many stories. I'm from this community. I grew up in Forest Projects. My brother Angel, who I aspire to be like, was a crate boy for Grandmaster Flash. And what a crate boy meant was back in the days you had to carry vinyl into the thing. So my brother was actually Grandmaster Flash. Am I correct, Flash?
That's a little
My brother
before my
was
time.
a crate boy for Grandmaster Flash. And Flash wouldn't pay him with money. They would pay him with more boxes of flyers to give out for the next block party or jam. And so I was a little kid, and my brother would reward me with these tapes. What's up, Vinny? Love you, bro. Naughty by nature in the
Look, he
building.
throwing up the seed.
My brother would reward me
Why he
with
throwing
these
up crib?
tapes. And I would just sit there and just listen to these tapes, and they'd be like, they would always say, back up from the ropes, back up from the ropes, back up from the ropes, right? And they'd be jamming, and they'd be like, Mary, Mary, where are you going to? They'd be like, on, that funk is on. And then it would go, I don't know if you've been told, but Santa Claus is a black man, a black man, a black man. And so I would stay up all night. We had a telephone in front of my window in Forest Projects, a public telephone. How you doing, Mr. Mayor? And they would plug in the boom box. Shout out to AJ, everybody who still. They would plug the boom box into the telephone, and they would play hip hop all night. And I'm supposed to be sleeping. I'm just a kid. I'm talking 8 years old, and I'll be listening to Awesome 2. I'll be listening out the window, and I'll be listening to hip hop. And I knew this is what I wanted to do. Believe it or not, blacks and Puerto Ricans created hip-hop music. Latinos and blacks created hip-hop.
Big facts.
But it was very, very weird for my Cuban father and my Puerto Rican mother to see me writing rhymes on the table. They didn't understand it. So I'd be on the table writing rhymes, and they'd be like, yo, what are you doing? And I'd be like, yo, this is hip-hop, man. I'm rapping. And so they always told me, get a real job, go to real school, get a real. And I said, nah, I'm going to make it like this. And now they're proud of me now. And so the Bronx is the birthplace, is the foundation. I like to say hip-hop music is the one true natural resource of the United States of America. Was born from nothing and has fed millions and millions of families out there. This is long overdue. Shout out my brother Ruben Diaz. Too many great people here. Too many great, from Nas to L to Flash to Chuck D, right? Like, he's being humble in the corner, but that's Chuck D. Slick Rick, I'll tell you this this quick story. When I was 14 years old, I left my house. I was on the street since I was 14.
Damn, I
And
didn't know that.
even though I was acting tough, and I think I was pretty tough for a 14-year-old, but I was still scared, man, and I left my house. And I went to sleep in a hotel up by Dodge High School, that $35 a night. And the only thing that made me feel safe, because there was a lot of drugs, a lot of violence, a lot of things, was I would listen to Slick Rick all night on my Walkman, day and night. It would just rewind, and it helped me get through a real scary time of my life, because I was just a kid. My daughter just turned 15. She's a baby, right? But you helped me get through that moment in my life. You know what's up, L. You know how much I love all of y'all. Hip Hop Davies, I see you. Thank you for being here, PMD.
I rock with Davies.
And so let's keep hip hop alive. Let's get, obviously what I heard and what I hear most politicians do all the time is Ruben made sure to say, make sure we donate to this museum and make sure we keep this going for real.
Facts.
So we're going to have to do what we have to do to keep this alive. Yo,
Yes.
Busy B. What's up, Busy B? And so Rocky, Mick Benzo, everybody, I want to acknowledge Kool Herc, Africa Bambaataa, Grandmaster Flash, the almighty Zulu Nation for setting it off. And my mentor and my idol, besides LL, you know that's my idol, but KRS-One. Peace, y'all.
Okay, so basically that's it. I thoroughly enjoyed that, man. Like I said, this is a monumental moment in hip-hop history. And just like Fat Joe said, we got to do everything we can to keep this thing going. You know, be it giving donations or just showing support in general, man. We got to really keep this thing up, man. Hip-hop has come a very long way. And part of the reason why hip-hop is so near and dear to my heart is just because I honestly feel like it's the answer to world peace. Hear me out. I know that sounds crazy, but, you know, hip-hop is transcended to every different continent, every country, everywhere in this whole world. Hip-hop is like the biggest thing. Hip-hop is undoubtedly the biggest genre, and it's the one thing that I believe brings together people of all races, all sexes, all ages, no matter what. I feel like really music in general, but hip-hop being the most powerful element in that of bringing people together, man. And I just feel like I don't know, hip-hop is one of the most important things in the world to me. Call me crazy, but that's just how I feel. So let me know down in the comments section below what you think about the Universal Hip Hop Museum, and who do you want to see get inducted in there. Subscribe to the channel and become a rap nerd today for more dope hip hop content. And as always, until next time, if you don't have a vision, you're better off blind. And if you don't live with a purpose, you're better off dying. It's your boy D-Sick, the rap nerd, and I'm out of here, baby. Peace.
Rap nerd.